Welcome back to the Ingraham Angle. I'm Jesse Waters in for Laura Ingraham. Hillary Clinton's top aide, Huma Abedin, may have reason to worry she could end up facing perjury charges. The Daily Mail reported Abedin backed up copies of work-related emails with the former Secretary of State on the laptop of her now estranged husband, Anthony Weiner. That would contradict what Abedin said under oath to the FBI. Let's dig into this with attorney Scott Bolden, former chair of the Democratic Party in D.C., and Ned Ryan, former speechwriter for President George W. Bush, joins us from Virginia. I think I butchered your name, Ned, but you know what? I'm sorry about that.
You know what? That's okay, Jesse.
We know who he is.
Yeah, we know who he is. We can see what he looks like. Now, I guess the allegation is that Huma lied under the oath to the FBI and mishandled classified information and even disseminated classified information to her sex offender ex-husband. Are we going to have to lock her up now with her ex-husband? I mean, hasn't she been through enough?
Well, not at all, in my opinion. I don't know who you want to go to, but let me be real clear with you. I'm not concerned at all about her being charged with perjury because whatever her inconsistent statement was, it had no material effect on the outcome of the investigation, nor would the FBI go back or DOJ go back and take a look at that. Because what emails did she say she backed up? The same emails from the State Department. The FBI found those emails, reviewed them, and shut down the investigation. Why? Because there was no material difference or impact. And so whether you agree with that or not, that's what the law is. Politically, it may sound crazy to you, but legally, and as a former prosecutor,
first of all,
not a prosecutor in this country is going to go back and prosecute her.
Okay, inconsistent may mean something like not telling the truth to some other attorneys. Go ahead, Ned.
Well, first of all, Jesse, I state the obvious here. When no normal American is going to have top secret and classified emails on their personal computer. And this was done knowingly. She knowingly forwarded, she knowingly backed up these emails on her personal computer. This was intentional. And you look at how the Clintons and their cronies acted. For them, it was a different set of rules. For them, really, the law was like a series of suggestions that they could either follow or not follow at their convenience. And to lie to a federal agent, so this is one of my biggest issues, Jesse. General Michael Flynn pled guilty to lying to a federal agent. So if Michael Flynn is guilty, Cheryl Mills and Huma Abedin are also guilty. And if they're not guilty, why is he guilty? And I think this speaks to a much bigger issue that we're dealing with in our country about the rule of law. We have a bifurcated justice system in which some people are guilty and others aren't. And those that aren't, it's because of their last names.
Right.
Or
So,
their
Scott, speak to that issue because regardless of what you think about what our guest just said, I think that most Americans believe that there are different set of rules for people in power in the swamp and then regular Americans.
There certainly aren't. The DOJ has discretion. There aren't different sets of standards.
You know, if this person wasn't named Abedin or wasn't named Clinton, they'd be behind bars.
You want to prosecute Huma Abedin for perjury, right?
I don't. I think she's been through enough. She's been married to Anthony Weiner for 10 years. I mean, Jesus. I mean, hasn't she done enough time?
DOJ and FBI aren't going to go back and look at this. One, she's been cleared. But two, what was her inconsistent statement about? Whether she backed up her emails. They went back and found that she backed up the emails. But what were the emails? They weren't new. They were the same State Department emails that she had testified to truthfully.
Well, no. There were 18 classified emails that were found in Anthony Weiner's laptop.
Of course, because they were backed up.
I'm also going to say something.
Okay, well, that's against the law just there. All right, well, hold on, Ned.
Investigation done under the DOJ and the FBI.
Ned, let me broaden this out. Let me broaden this out for you right now. Hold on one second, guys. Let me broaden it out. So you have this issue. And then you have the dossier that was paid for to dig up fake dirt on Trump with the Russians. And then you have Uranium One. And now you have pay-to-play at the Clinton Foundation being looked at by the DOJ. Okay, they're looking at it. They're looking at it. I mean, that's 2, 3 to 4 issues. Even the Hezbollah, they go soft on Hezbollah in order to do the Iran deal. Those are 4 items that involve Hillary Clinton that are now being looked at by the Department of Justice. That's a lot, considering that most of the allegations are regarding Donald Trump, and they haven't found anything on him.
They haven't found anything. And they've been doing this investigation
one at a time.
18 months.
Scott, one at a time.
You know how many times
Scott, one at a time. Go ahead, Ned. You can respond.
One at a time. Thank you. You know what? I think a lot of us find highly suspect any investigations done under the DOJ, under Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch, and under the FBI with James Comey, because of the political nature that I think the DOJ and the FBI were under those three and their leadership. That all to say, I think we need to go back, fully conclude these investigations, and really get to the bottom of it. Was it a pay-to-play scheme? Was the Clinton Foundation a slush fund? Why did the Uranium One deal take place? But even, Jesse, as you're looking at some of the stuff that's taking place, with Bruce Orr, the number 4 guy at DOJ whose wife was hired by Fusion GPS to investigate Donald Trump, he didn't find it within himself to mention this to anybody, even though he met with Christopher Steele, even though he met with Glenn Simpson. This calls into question, I think, the only silver lining, Jesse, in this entire Mueller investigation. It has shown us where the real investigation needs to happen, which is under a highly politicized and corrupt DOJ and FBI under the Obama administration.
All right, Scott, 30 seconds. You have the last word. Go ahead.
And under the Trump administration, you don't think DOJ is corrupt. Let me get this right. You want Jeff Sessions to investigate Hillary Clinton and other issues regarding Hillary Clinton, the same DOJ or Attorney General who at Trump rallies chanted, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. Now, I'm glad we're in the political space talking about this, because that dog won't hunt in the legal space, and it's not going to happen. They've been cleared. Hillary Clinton and her husband have been investigated
at least 100 times. Is that why the FBI reopened the investigation into the Clinton Foundation?
With new evidence. Hillary Clinton and her husband have been investigated at least 100 times. And you know what? They've never been charged, never been prosecuted, never even been indicted.
Yep,
okay?
well, because they've gotten a lot of special treatment, and that's definitely been looked at and admitted to by the FBI and the DOJ. But guys,
have been part of those investigations.
We got to run. I'm sure we're going to be talking about Clinton scandals for another year or so.
It's good TV.
You're going to have to wait 9 days to hear President Trump's fake news awards. But you only have to wait a minute or two to hear our own awards for media mischief. So stay right there.